with her academic and professional journey. Dr. Kurotul Ayun is a lecturer from Food and Agricultural Product Technology Department UGM, and Dr. Ayun holds her bachelor and master from UGM and doctoral from Ghent University, Belgium. With research interests of food physics and engineering, food colloids, and food biopolymer. Her recent publication highlight optimization of conjugation methods for heat stability improvement of whey protein in bioweb of conferences, oil in water emulsion, and dry heat treatment of milk protein in food hydrocolloids. Without further ado, please welcome our moderator in the session, Dr. Kuratul Ayun. The time is yours.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you
for the nice.
Sorry, it's
Sorry, it's echoing.
Okay, check.
Okay, check. Okay.
Still
Still
echoing.
echoing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is it okay now? Yeah, okay. So it comes from my PC then. Okay, thank you for the nice introduction. Good morning, everyone. How is the first session? So far, so good. And you still have the spirit to continue the lecture today? Okay, because we're gonna have a very nice and very interesting topic for this session 2. Our topic today is integrating nature-based solution into agro-food supply chains from farm practices to industrial operations. Well, this is a very highly relevant topic, especially as agro-food systems are increasingly expected to be not only productive and efficient, but also more sustainable and resilient. So in this context, nature-based solutions offer an important perspective for connecting farm-level practices with broader supply chain and industrial operation. And this topic will be delivered by Professor Dr. Kuncoro Harto Widodo. Thank you very much, Professor Kuncoro, for your willingness to share your immense knowledge related to this topic. And we hope that from this topic we can gain more insight and to contribute to our home country. Well, before we begin the presentation, I would like to briefly read the CV of our speaker. Yeah. Okay, so Professor Dr. Kuncoro Harto Widodo is a lecturer here and also the Vice Dean of, yeah, I think you guys meet him, yeah, during the opening, yeah. So Professor Kuncoro is Vice Dean in our faculty, and related to his educational background, so Professor Kuncoro obtained his doctoral study from Osaka Prefecture University in Japan, and his research areas include operations management, logistics, and supply chain management. Here are some of his publications. The first is correlation between quality index of fresh mackerel tuna and consumer acceptance of fried mackerel tuna. The second is development of corn supply chain strategy in East Java based on logistic, cost structure, and marketing efficiency. The development of traceability technology in the fisheries industry supply chain, a systematic literature review, and much more other publications, but due to the limited time, so before we continue the session, I would like to reinform again that this session will be divided into 70 minutes of presentation, followed by 30 minutes of discussion. And yeah, during the discussion, you can ask questions and also discuss the related topic with him. So now it is now my pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Kuncoro Harto Widodo to deliver the presentation. So Prof. Kuncoro, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mbak Kuratul Ayun, for your moderator in the session. Hello everyone. You already have a coffee break, right? Yeah, and yeah, this morning as we look out, yeah, the weather is very nice, right? Yeah, and the sun is shining very bright. Yeah, so I think, yeah, sorry, technical errors. Okay, yeah, I believe, and I'm confident that you have, yeah, a nice experience, yeah, yeah, memorable moment during your stay in Yogyakarta, during your stay in here, during your summer course, yeah, in this university, in this faculty, yeah. And you? Yeah, I'm confident. Yeah, so I hope you are also, yeah, really have a fruitful, yeah, very fruitful experience during your summer course here. Okay. Yes. Today, this morning, I will deliver my material entitled "Integrating Nature-Based Solution into Agro-Food Supply Chain." Yeah. From farm practices to industrial operation. Yeah. Oh yeah, before I forget, in your PPT before, yeah, my education not from Belgium but from Osaka. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just small revision. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me. Sorry. Yeah. Let me first deliver our outline in this session. Yeah. First, introduction of Indonesia. Yeah. Let me introduce just a brief of our country. Yeah. But I'm sure this will have a good relation with our topic today. Yeah. And the second, nature-based solution in food system, and then agri-food supply chain, then evolution, logistic, and supply chain management integration, then development sustainability indicator in the agri-food supply chain, and the last one, selected issues and challenging in sustainable agri-food supply chain. Yeah. So I hope, yeah, we can discuss, and I believe you will have, yeah, some insight from me, from us, and actually, I also hope you, yeah, use this great opportunity to share your opinion, to share your idea, yeah, to discuss together. Yeah, I believe you also have experience, yeah, great experience from your home country. Yeah. So from this point, I will give a selected issue from local issue from Indonesia issue. So yeah, I hope by using this local national issue of Indonesia, you will get other insight, yeah, other point of view, and then not compare, but we can discuss together, yeah, what happened here, what happened in your country, and what kind of yeah, networking, what kind of research, what kind of discussion we can create after this session, after this summer course, after this short course. Yeah. Do you agree? Yes. This is one of important thing because yeah, we will we will, yeah, make our friendship not only during this summer course, not only during this short course, but after this also. Yeah. Okay. Well, population. If we are talking about population, yeah, it is very important. It is very crucial, very strategic issue, not only in Indonesia, but also in your country, in the global situation right now. Yeah. Especially for Indonesia, now this country population is amount in 283 million. Yeah, last year in December 2025, yeah, Indonesia populations in month 283 million. Yeah. Do you know the world population at the moment, or maybe last year? How many? How many people? How many? 10? 8? How many? No,
I,
no, no, Philippines.
no.
Yeah, from Philippines. Yeah. Okay.
I think the global population is around 8 billion already
Yeah.
in current measurements.
Yes, right. Yeah, 8 billion. Yeah. It's a small number or big number?
Very big.
Very big. Yeah. So we are here in 100 or 50 people on the very, very small number compared to 8 billion number of population right now, right? Yeah. So, yeah, we need to think together how to make sure that this 8 billion number of population, yeah, make sure to fulfill, to meet all of the need. Yeah. Of course, the basic need, food. Yeah, it's very important. That's why I start by using this information, this point about population in Indonesia. And yeah, beside the number of population, Indonesia also have a unique situation, yeah, related to this state type, yeah, this geographical site. Yeah. As we see from this page, this slide page, Indonesia is an archipelago country. Yeah. Not so many states in the world is an archipelago country. Yeah. Maybe if we are thinking in this room, Philippines, maybe, yeah, near similar, yeah. And yeah, above Indonesia, yeah. Philippines, yeah, here, right? Philippines, yeah. But it is not easy to find out other country that is an archipelago state. Yeah. Okay. And also, it is very difficult. It is not easy for Indonesia to, yeah, to provide a very proper system in agri-food system to make sure that production and consumption will meet in the very proper situation. Yeah. Because, you know, the population is distributed not well distributed because more than 50%, yeah, exactly in 60% of the population are living in Java Island, in Yellow Island. 60% of Indonesia population are living in Java Island, in this island. And the remaining population are distributed, but not well distributed. 20% of the population living in Sumatra Island, in blue one. 6% of the national population are living in Borneo or Kalimantan, Borneo. 7% in Celebes or Sulawesi, and 4% in Bali and Nusa Tenggara. I believe you familiar with Bali, right? Maybe Bali is more familiar than Yogyakarta. I think so. And the rest in Maluku and Papua. Okay. And this one, more slide. Indonesia is a first equatorial archipelago country of 17 island, extending 5,000 kilometers from west, from Sumatra to the east, to Maluku, Papua. At around near to 2 times between Portugal and Poland. Portugal and Poland, at around close to 2 times. And if we have a direct flight from west part of Indonesia to the east part of Indonesia, you know how long we need direct flight? For around 5,000 kilometers. How long we need? Direct flight from the west to the east. How long?
5 hours?
More. More. To the east, less. Around 8 hours. Flight, direct flight. But usually we don't have direct flight. So if we have a plan to have a flight from the west to the east, we have to divide to some connecting flight. So the total maybe 12, maybe more than 12. Because of transit time and so on. Okay, this is why Indonesia till now have a logistical or supply chain nightmare. This is our nightmare. Nightmare because from our story, from our history, it is not easy, but it is very challenging for us. Including when we are dealing with the problem of nature-based solution. Okay, that's the first point of my material. Okay. What is a nature-based solution from the context of food system? Let me read this part. I need to read slowly from this part. Nature-based solution or NBS draw on ecosystem function to address environmental, social, and economic challenges, yeah, in ways that can sustain productivity over time. Yeah, three important terminology: environmental, social, and economic. Yeah, maybe you already familiar with three uh, bottom line. Yeah, three bottom line. TBL. Okay, when we are talking about sustainability, we have three keyword. Yeah, we have three pillar. Economic or profitability. We are talking about social, and we also talking about environmental as well. Yeah. Okay. Evidence from global research initiative also link NBS, yeah, nature-based solution to improve water use efficiency, healthier soil, and strengthen long-term food security. Long-term food security. Yeah, we can imagine how big our population at the moment, yeah, with X billion, right? Yeah, to make sure long-term food security for 8 billion is not an easy task for us. Yeah, it's very complicated. We need work together. We need collaborate together in a global network. Yeah. However, resilience is rarely achieved through ecological intervention alone. Why? Because we need to pair with other scientific and technological advance that improve what? Precision. Yeah, precision, right? Yeah. Now we need everything precise. We are not talking about the unlimited resource, but we are in the era of very limited resource. So everything should be precise. Yeah. To improve precision, to improve speed, to improve measurement. And of course, everything must be in scale. Yeah, must be control. Yeah. Now, so there's logic behind nature, science, technology, innovation, combining ecological intelligence with tools such as AI, IoT, remote sensing, and big data analytics to support better monitoring and smarter decision. Yeah. Now we are also live in smart era. Everything must smart. Yeah. Precise, smart, including our decision must smarter than before. Yeah. And of course, it also need measurable outcome across agri-food system. Yeah, measurable outcome. Yeah. And the integration is aimed at building food and agri-industry system that are climate adaptive, resource efficient, lower emission, and globally competitive as well. Yeah. It is easy in the paper, but it's very difficult. Yeah. When we have to plan, when we have to manage, yeah, and so on. Yeah. Now, let's move to the following page. Still in the context of nature-based solution. Yeah, we can use this figure to describe what is nature-based solution connected to agri-food system, agri-food supply system. Yeah. by using this figure, we can see here there are three parts. Yeah. There are three alternatives for us to use any nature-based solution in our activity. We can select one of them. We can select the first one, intrinsic, or we can combine by any hybrid system, or we can choose inspire solution. Yeah. What does it imply? Yeah. What does it imply? We need to elaborate in more detail about this figure, and we can use this. Yeah, okay. In the first part of the figure, yeah, intrinsic NBS. What is it? Yeah. In the intrinsic approach, it make better use of existing natural or protected ecosystem and processes with no or minimum human intervention involved. Yeah, with no human intervention or minimum intervention. And the second one, hybrid NBS. In this approach, the solution related to managed ecosystem, for example, establishing agroforestry system based on commercial tree species, grazing, and arable system. Yeah. This is if we selected hybrid NBS. And the rest one, inspire NBS. Involve the creation of new ecosystem or process technology mimicking natural processes to provide sustainable solution. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is clear about this concept, yeah, nature-based solution, typology for nature-based intrinsic, hybrid, or inspire. Yeah. Better use of existing ecosystem for intrinsic, modified or managed ecosystem for hybrid, design or managed new ecosystem for inspire. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move to the following. Yeah. This is also another part of nature-based solution in the context of food system framework and the link with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Yeah. Now, I'm confident also you are also familiar, you are already familiar with SDGs, right? You are also familiar with food system in your country. And now please, let's use this figure to discuss how the food system and this activity have a correlation with SDGs. Okay, let's see the figure. Yeah. Food system framework and the link with the Sustainable Development Goal. Okay, in the left part of the picture, there are some food system activity. This one. Sorry, not so clear, but I hope it can help you, yeah, to understand what I mean by using this figure. Yeah. Okay. In the food system activities, we are considering some part of food supply system. Yeah. Yeah, from agriculture production and then food storage, transportation and trade, food processing and transformation, food retail and provisioning, and food consumption. Yeah. From this food supply system, there are 4 components that drive from the food supply system: enabling environment, food environment, business services, and customer characteristic. Now, meanwhile, for each of the component will impact and will influence with the social economic driver and environmental driver as described in this figure. Let's see here. In the context of social driver in the top part, yeah. From market to policies, science and technology, social organization, and individual factor. Yeah, it will brought to the food system outcome in the inclusiveness and equal benefit. Yeah. While for food system activities, yeah, it will consider food security and safe and healthy diet, food utilization, food accessibility, and food availability. Okay. And the last environmental driver will have an outcome in sustainability and resilience. So what is the SDGs for each food system outcome? We can see from this page also, the SDGs provide an international set of targets for future food system. Food system target of inclusiveness and equal benefit are linked to SDG 8. Okay. Food system target of inclusiveness. Yeah. The above one. Linked to SDG number 8, decent work. SDG number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. SDG number 10, reduce inequality. And SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production. The key target of food security and safe and healthy diet are linked to SDG number 2, zero hunger, SDG 3, health, SDG 6, clean water. And finally, for sustainable and resilient food system, the lower one, right, in the figure, are connected to SDG 6, that is clean water, SDG 13, climate, and SDG 14, life in water, and SDG 15 as well, life on land. Yeah. Okay. So, next. Can you hear me? To move to the next pic. Okay. Well, now let's discuss about agri-food supply chain. Agri-food supply chain. Okay. Yeah, this morning you have a coffee break at 15 minutes before 10, right? And you eat, you ate, you drank, yeah, some material, and you don't know from where they are, right? You only consume in this faculty. Yeah. I also don't know from where. Yeah. That's the meaning of agri-food supply chain. Yeah. Sometime or yeah, usually we don't know from where, but we only consume the material. Yeah. We only need good quality. We need competitive price. Okay. And whenever we need, everything is available. Yeah. This is right. Okay. Okay. In this supply chain, yeah, we can use simply by this figure, yeah, food supply chain stages from farm to fork and relevant actor across stages. It's very simple picture. Yeah. From producer to processor, distributor, retailer, and finally to the consumer. And every state have detailed activities. Yeah. What does it imply? Yeah. Okay. In the first state of food supply chain, in the previous figure, yeah, the land use change, LUC, referring to the direct anthropogenic induced use and conversion of land for agriculture or food production purposes. Yeah. And production take place by having the land prepared for production, seed sown, and crop cultivated and harvested. Animal system are also included due to land resources needed for fodder and feed production. And of course, in these stages, producer are the main actors. Producer is the main actors, yeah, because we are talking about on-farm activities. In the second stage of the food supply chain, after harvest, okay, after harvest, food production is sold and undergoes processing to be converted into several industrial goods intended for human consumption. From farm, deliver to processing unit, yeah. And in the states, processors are the main actor responsible, okay, for controlling food quality. Yeah, I mentioned to you. For controlling the quantity standard, not only quality but also the quantity. For both harvest fresh vegetable and fruit and final industrialized product. Food products are categorized as fresh and processed goods, which imply considerable differences in food supply chain management regarding governmental regulation. Yeah, every government have regulation. Indonesia have regulation. The government of Philippines have regulation. Australia also have regulation. Malaysia as well also. Yeah. Energy use, perishability, packaging, hygiene, and other issue in the second step. Yeah. We know from this figure, yeah, the second stage is comprise more activities, yeah, more activities comparing with on farm, yeah, and it might be the activity is done in separated places. Yeah, it might be, yeah. So from processor to distributor to retailer, yeah, and the last stage of the food supply chain. Food products are transported and distributed to retailer who will reach consumer market. Distributor and retailer in this state are the main actor. So what is yeah, the final comment of this food supply chain system. What is the conclusion of this food supply chain? I invite you to have a comment from producer to the processor, distributor, and consumer. My question? Yeah. What is our conclusion? Producer is a main actor on farm, processor, distributor in the second state, a main actor, and consumer also a main actor as well. So what is the conclusion? Mhm. Yeah, yeah, everyone should work together, right? Yeah, yeah.
I
Thank you.
feel like I don't think there. Okay. Oh, thank you. So I guess the conclusion would be that since we're all different departments working together, communication between all departments should run smoothly, and then also the logistical process between all, because it's not like it's all happening in one area. And the quality should be maintained until the very end, because that is where the society or the community gets their nutrition and their needs. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Good point. What is your name? Nisi. So please write it down. Nisi. Okay. Well, next. In this very important session, yeah, let me introduce a brief about evolution of logistics and supply chain management. The part of my presentation, maybe some of you already familiar with this, but I hope you are not familiar yet will have insight after this lecture. Okay. Yeah. Recent supply chain management evolution. Yeah. Evolution means that everything already happened in the previous time. Okay. And from this slide, we can see that in 1960s, around how many years ago? How many years ago? Yeah, 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 80. Yeah, okay. Long, long ago, right? 1980, yeah. 60, around 60, 65, yeah, 65. 65 mean the age of your parent, grandparent? No. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe a different one to another, yeah. Yeah, that is a long story. Yeah, long story. Yeah. Okay. After this class, please calculate. Yeah, who are 65 in your family? Okay. In 1960s, yeah, when we are talking about the supply chain management. Yeah. Actually, there are already well developed, but yeah, unfortunately, in this era, each of this activity from demand forecasting, routing, sourcing, packaging, good inventory, and so on, strategic planning, marketing, were done fragmented. Yeah. This activity already exists, but they were done fragmented. Yeah. It's very different. Yeah, totally different with now we are manage the supply chain. It's very different, very different. So we need to learn this. What happened in 60? What happened in 70, and so on. Okay, in 1960, it means 2 decades after 1960. Okay, it was a consolidation. It was a consolidation from this fragmentation era to consolidation era. Yeah, in 1980. Yeah, and fortunately, 1 decade after, in 1990, yeah, it was more better development. Yeah, from consolidation to integration, as what the committee asked me to talk about the integration in the food supply chain. Okay, integration started in 1990, integrated logistics, and then 1 decade after, in 2000, yeah, it was supply chain management. Supply chain management. Yeah, this is known as value creation era. Value creation era. Many values regarding the product we produce, regarding the services we provide. Many values. What kind of values? Many. Yeah, the number, quantity, quality, proper place. If it is demand in Australia, we should deliver to Australia. If there are demand in Philippines, we should deliver to Philippines. Okay, not the opposite. Yeah, that is the meaning of value creation. No mistake anymore. Everything should be more value than before. Okay, and in the 2010, yeah, our era is much more proper. Yeah, network. And finally, in 2020, 2020, now we are living in smartification era. What does it mean? Smartification era in 2020, yeah. Now we are in 2020, 2025. Yeah. What is the difference at this era compared to, for example, 10 years ago? 10 years ago, you are in primary. Yeah, in primary. Yeah. Do you remember what happened in 10,000 before? Sorry, 10 years ago. What happened? Did you have phone? Yeah. Okay.
So, in the past 10 years, for example, right now, digital commerce, e-commerce is now more prolific. 10 years ago, back in the early 2010s and 2000s, it was more on you buy things physically at the store. So you go to the store or you go to the market. Yes. But now we have digital in e-commerce where we can order online in bulk and things get transported very differently now.
So we can do everything
Yes, from the phone. Yes.
from your place right now.
Yes.
Everything you can
Mm-hmm.
you can learn. You can join with this short course, the summer course session. Well, you can do other thing. You can order any food. Yeah, maybe you can order any cosmetic. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, but you can do everything. Multitasking. Yeah. This is the mean of smartification era. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. 10 years ago, past 10 years ago, and now everything will be shot by our phone. Okay. What is the yeah? What is the important thing by using this phone? What is the requirement? What is the requirement? We can do anything if we have money, right? By using our phone, smartphone. Yeah, that is the meaning of supply chain management evolution. Yeah, but if we discuss in more detail, please help me to move to the next slide. Next slide. Okay, yeah. Supply chain, smart supply chain, digital network. Now we are in digital supply network. Yeah. What you already informed to us, what you already provide information to us about how to buy something. Yeah, from we have to directly physically go to any store. Now already changed. We can use our phone. Yeah, that is the fundamental. That's a fundamental meaning of digital supply network. Yeah. Our world become smaller than past 10 years, past 20 years ago, right? Only in our craft. Are you agree? Yeah, okay. And from the perspective of discipline, from the perspective of academician, yeah, it was an evolution from linear supply chain to digital supply network. Linear supply chain. What is linear supply chain? Yeah. As the term we use this, linear supply chain. Linear means that everything goes linear, yeah, sequentially from supplier to manufacturer to distributor and finally reach the consumer. Okay? Linear must be sequent, yeah, from one step to the following step and final step. But now we are living in the digital supply network era. It is not linear anymore. So the picture we use is totally changed, totally different. In the left side, every activity should be done sequentially, and there is only two kind of combination between competition and the flow of good in the past 10, 20, 30, and so on years ago. Everything was done by a competition. Yeah. We must win the competition, right? But now the era already changed, different, fundamentally different. The combination not only between law of good and the competition, but take a look at this picture. Yeah, we also should consider combination between competition and co-creation and collaboration. Do you feel this? Do you feel? We not only need competition, but we need co-creation and collaboration. Do you feel this? Do you have an experience? Or maybe not, it is not your experience, but you can seek in manufacturer or in any other activity, not only your activity. Collaboration, co-creation is more important than we only thinking about competition. What happened in this class, what happened in this short course is also one of example of the change from the competition only consideration to the co-creation and collaboration, right? We are here because there is a collaboration, there is a co-creation between you as an individual, between your institution, and so on. Yeah. Do you feel this? Yeah. If you do not, yeah, it is our homework, not only your homework. It's simple, but it is important for us to deal with this change from only we are thinking about the competition. Now we change, we compete, yes, but the portion is reduced and the combination become proportional between competition and co-creation and collaboration. Yeah. Okay. 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, 10 minutes. Yeah. Noted. Well noted. Next slide. Okay. We can also use the speaker to elaborate more about our discussion. Yeah. Traditional to digital. Yeah. Okay. I will introduce in the fast way. Yeah. Everything has happened in traditional supply chain by sequential. Yeah. Yeah. From the left side to the right side. Yeah. From the supplier to the consumer. What does it imply in this traditional supply chain? Yeah, there are some weaknesses: friction, delay, inefficiency, pull-back effect. Yeah, inventory is high, COGS out of stock, transparency is low, agility is low, velocity is low. But everything already changed, become better and better by digital supply chain ecosystem. Yeah. Intelligent control tower monitor minutes, makes decision and minutes execution across function and across company to optimize the entire network. Everything much more efficient, everything much more responsive, and everything much more cost effective. In real time, in the same time, every party, every actor can access the information. Real time, right? Okay, by your phone, by your smartphone, you can access and you can collaborate with many parties, many parties in platform. Okay, if you want to buy something, you directly in the same time, real time, you can collaborate with the bank, you can collaborate with the store, you can collaborate with the transporter, right? So what you want in this time, you will get in the time you already set in the platform. Yeah, that is the meaning of digital supply chain ecosystem. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, next slide. In the last 5 minutes, Mbak Kurota Ayun. Okay, now we are in the era of logistics 5.0. Yeah, what it mean? Yeah. The filter rates of publication based on the short term found the most responses to the first research question in the sample, which highlight the similarity and differences researchers see between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0 intelligent logistics. What is the difference? Yeah. In logistics 4.0, the intention, is on the logistic network. That's what we already discussed. Just finished the discuss. And in logistic 5.0, we introduce the ecosystem, logistic ecosystem. That is the meaning in the logistic and supply chain evolution in the context of nature-based solution. It is not an easy way, but in my opinion, we can bring the issue of nature-based solution in the context of logistics and supply chain management in the logistic 5.0 logistic ecosystem. The development of logistic 4.0. Okay, next slide. Next slide. It is also important as the highlight part of my material, how we develop or the development of sustainability indicator in the agri-food supply chain. Why it is important? Because we can manage our organization. We can manage our agri-food supply chain if first we know the situation. We know the baseline of the organization. We should know the organization. We should able to measure how our organization is. This is the first step we need. This is the requirement. So let's discuss 5 minutes. Okay, next slide. Next slide. It's very, very small. Okay, but don't be worried. The committee can share the material. Okay. Well, as we already discussed in the beginning of this session, when we are talking about sustainability, yeah, we are dealing with 3 pillars. What are those? First pillar, social, environment, and economics. Okay. Yeah, okay. From there, we can elaborate the sustainability indicator. First, economic dimension. Yeah. This is the objective in the left column of this table. Promotion of economic growth. And the measurement criteria is productivity. Productivity. And there are sustainability indicator in the remaining right side. Yeah. It depending on the researcher who propose the possible sustainability indicator for promotion of economic growth. For example, gross value added per worker force, number of improvement suggestions submitted by employee, material costs, energy costs, cost save, operational and capital costs, and so on. The second objective, financial viability. The criteria measurement is profitability. And the sustainability indicator, it might be profitability, costs associated with non-compliant, net profit margin, and so on. Environmental fine and penalty, and so on. Next objective, worthwhileness. Measurement criteria, return on capital. Sustainability indicator, return on capital employed, and so on. Yeah. Human capital, measurement criteria, employee engagement, and sustainability indicator, rate of employee, suggested improvement in quality, social, and ESS performance, employee, environmental suggestion, and so on. While social dimension, creation of productive employment, free association of labor, quality of employment, while the sustainability indicator, it might be freedom of employment, number of community company partnership, management level with specific environmental responsibility, sustainability report, environmentally certified service provider, and so on. And the last one, okay, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Oh, no. Previous, sorry, that's in environmental dimension. Yeah. Reduction in resource use. Yeah, I think it's very important and easy to understand. Measurement criteria, material consumption, energy consumption, and the sustainability indicator, it might be energy consumption per unit, energy use per unit of production, packaging material, reuse, material save, and so on. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Maybe one more left. Selected issue and challenges in the sustainable agri-food supply chain. Yeah. Okay, next. Yeah, I have prepared with some selected, but maybe because of the time, maybe in a fast way, I will explain to you the first slide, integrating flowering, growing, and loss process. This is also one of the fundamental mean of nature-based solution in the context of agriculture food supply chain. Yeah. From on farm to the consumer side, where after harvested, fresh agricultural product will keep its quality for a while. However, they will be perish gradually. Yeah. Okay. And total loss of fresh agricultural product is still high, 20 to 60% of the total harvested. Yeah, it's very high, right? Yeah, it will be less if we can introduce it. We can, yeah, use any technology. Yeah. Okay, next slide. Okay, traceability system in the fishing port area. Next slide. Activity, yeah. How sustainability issue in the fish supply chain management. Next slide. Circularity of soybean supply chain. Okay, next slide. Industrial symbiosis network of soybean supply chain. Next slide. Now, this is a local content of selected issue on Indonesia national policy direction on integrated logistical supply chain development. Next slide. Because, you know, and I already mentioned in the beginning of this session that Indonesia is an archipelago state, an archipelago country. So, yeah, the problem is how to make sure that the production, the distribution, the consumption must be met in a proper way. So, because, yeah, you know, Indonesia part from the west to the east with 17,000 islands, but not yet distributed well. So we are working hard to make sure that there is a local and national network integration from rural to rural, from rural to city and regency, and finally inside the island, and the connectivity between the island, yeah, among 70,000 islands. It's very hard, okay? And to make sure also there is a global network connection, as we are in this room now, locally connected and globally connected, locally integrated and globally connected. So next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. No. This is the last slide. Yeah. Policy direction of Indonesia national logistics system development. The main role of the system is to provide direction and guideline for government and business sector to build an effective and efficient logistics system by managing 7 drive. By managing 7 drive, what are there? Regulation and policy, human resource, informatic, logistics service provider, and transport infrastructure to make sure that the distribution from producer to the consumer work well in a proper way. And finally, it will provide guarantee that Indonesia product, including product from agriculture, including food product, in its food supply chain can work well with every proper way, proper quality, proper quantity, proper place, proper, what is that? Proper price, and so on. Everything must proper, and everything is not easy. Everything is difficult. Now we are still working hard for it. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Professor Kuncoro, for the very insightful presentation. And now we will move to the discussion session. So for participants who has question, you can directly raise your hand here, or for those who are joining us online, you can also use the raise hand feature. Yes, anyone? Yeah, for you, and then please. I think he's going to. Yeah. You need to press the button. Does it work?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Kuncoro. I have a question regarding digital supply chains. As you mentioned earlier, um, we sorry, sorry. Ah, my name's Jose from the Philippines. Yes, yes. As you said, we're moving towards a digital supply chain, right? What are the big downsides towards this, especially now? Like what's something that a digital supply chain is bad at?
Mhm.
Could you please provide an example or insight towards this?
Mhm. But thank you. Very nice question. Yeah, very nice question and very relevant question from you. But before I respond to your question, what is your opinion about this?
I th- I think a digital supply chain, especially in in a country that
Mm.
is connected in the internet, would be very good and efficient because
Mm.
it makes the consumer more connected to the producer, especially in the Philippines.
Mhm.
Our household tends to order fresh produce directly from the farmers rather
Yeah.
than going to the supermarket.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about digital supply chains.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on top of that, it makes shopping easier for the consumer
Mhm.
because you don't really have to leave the premises of your house. You can, like what you said earlier, I can just go on my phone, open Shopee
Yeah,
or
right,
open
right,
Grab,
right,
order
right.
what I want.
Right, right, right. That's right. Yeah, that's a question. But we can use the figure again. Yeah, digital supply chain. Can you help me to show again? Yeah, the PPT, digital supply chain. Hmm. Wait a moment. Yeah, wait a moment. Yeah, I think digital supply chain is very interesting. Yeah, at its era. Yeah, in 2020, 2025. Yeah, as we are living now. Yeah. Um, Yes. Next, next, digital supply chain. Next. Yes. No, 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 no. Uh, yeah, okay. This one. Up. Yeah. Maybe we can use this slide, right? Jose, yeah. Jose, right? Jose from Philippines. From which university you are?
I'm from De La Salle Araneta University.
De La Sara University. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. You are interesting to elaborate in digital business network or especially digital supply chain ecosystem, right? And yeah, we already discussed and you also already mentioned good point for this. Yeah. Digital supply chain, how it can make realize from traditional business, very sequential business from supplier to the manufacturer to the distributor and on the end of the day to the consumer. Yeah. In the past years ago, 10, 4, 20, and so on, we can see again that the process is, what is that? Yeah, the lead time. Lead time is very long, right? At this time, we click to order, not click, but make phone, for example, right? Make email order, for example, right? Yeah, and then our order was processed by the uh, manufacturer or store system, and then they should deliver the information to the manufacturer to check whether the product we want is available or not. If the product is available, yeah, then the manufacturer send the product to the store, and the store then send to us. How long it was, right? How long it was, yeah. But now, by using the digital supply network, we can use information as one resource at the one time, at the real time. Everyone can access the information in the same time, right? So from the start, from the beginning, the consumer will firstly know whether the store, whether the manufacturer have a product or not. The product is available or not in the real time, right? So if we still continue the process, then we continue. But if we will stop the process, change to other, then in fast way, we can change to other product. We can change to other platform. We can change to other parties to process what we want, the product what we want. It is very fundamental, and we can reach every facility in the platform, right? Everything is already changed, fundamentally changed. Yeah, I think that's the point. Yeah. So we have to participate in this digital era to strengthen, what we have now should be strengthened again, to make our need, much more smarter and smarter. But we need also to consider the ecosystem, right? Ecosystem. Don't be, we should consider this. We should consider the ecosystem consideration. Because the problem is not only the operational system, but also the sustainability, So in the part of my presentation, I also mentioned to this class, sustainability. Sustainability in. Okay, please help me. Yes. Yes. No. This. Yes, this one. This one. Okay. This slide is very, very important. To continue your question, Jose. To continue your question. Because we not only need to make sure that logistic network is working properly, but we also need to consider more, to make sure that logistic ecosystem work also. As we discuss about the concept of three battle line, sustainability with three pillars. Do you remember? First pillar. Anyone can help? Jose, anyone can help me? The triple bottom line. Sorry?
Economics. Economics, environment, and
economics.
social.
Environmental, right? And last one? Social, right. So economical, social, and environment. It's very important. Very important. Okay, that's the one, Jose. Thank you for your question.
Yes. Okay, we'll go to the second question, please. Claire?
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, Claire. Please.
Hello.
Yeah.
I am also adding on to Jose's question.
Mhm.
The digital supply chain, the problem I see with it is that now consumers not only have access to what's available to them locally, but we've extended it so far that they can order anything, and this is then increasing the amount of transport needed. And we're no longer seeing like localized food systems. We're extending it so much further. How do you see that the digital supply chain can be more sustainable in terms of the environmental pillar?
Yeah, that's very good question. That is the fundamental question for us. We have to combine between the advance of digital supply chain and how we can make sure that there is no problem no other problem occur in the context of sustainable point of view. Yeah, because yes, you know, everything become easier, so it will push consumer to order everything every day, right? If we have money. So the activity to serve us, the activity to deliver what we order will be increased, right? Yeah. So yeah, fortunately, at the moment, every parties in the logistic chain, in the supply chain, fortunately, they already or they have been considering how to make digital supply chain happen, but in the sustainable way. How the transportation process done by consider the sustainable way. For example, okay. Yeah, before I continue, yeah, okay. You can add your
Can I?
question or comment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know something like in my community at home, we have like a volunteer program
Okay.
where it's online and people order their food from like farmers put on what's available that week. Like there'll be the different vegetables in season, bread, whatever. People place their order and then we have one van that goes around and picks up everything from the farm.
Good.
And different providers
Excellent.
that has been ordered, so there's no waste.
Yeah.
And then it gets picked up and like it's
Good.
a way of connecting farmers.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
But how that can be extended, and it's also reliant on volunteers to keep prices low, I guess.
Yeah. That's a challenge. Yeah, that is challenge. And I think in your company, in which city you are living? Yes.
It's in a small town in Victoria, that is.
Yeah. In
Low,
southern part. Yeah.
near Melbourne.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Good example. Yeah, I think good example. And we can learn from Claire, yeah, from Victoria, yeah, how nature-based solution can be adapted, can be implemented in logistic chain, in digital logistic chain or in digital supply chain. We can combine the development of digital supply chain with the nature thinking. Yeah, very good, very nice. Yeah, you will add with the information, like Claire?
It's an addition, and it's also just something that
Okay.
I kind of
Please.
connected in my brain because we mentioned a while ago intrinsic, combined, and inspired, right? And hybrid inspired. And about intrinsic, because there is a study in Tokyo in 2010 about slime mold recreating the Tokyo railway system. So it's an so the Tokyo railway system is very efficient, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So they imitated the stations with crackers and they placed this slime mold. It's a single-celled organism inside the petri dish. And in a short period of time, that slime mold was able to recreate the Tokyo railway system. So is that an example of intrinsic? Because it's like a natural or like what do you call this? Because the definition of intrinsic a while ago was better use of existing ecosystems.
Yeah.
So like, can we refer to or like observe natural, for example, migration patterns or like how the relationship between, because it's not just us moving around the country or moving around the world, living organisms, and even with the Sahara Desert, the sand gets blown into Brazil, into the Amazon rainforest. So like there are natural ways things migrate across the world. Is that something we can mimic or like imitate and then use for like or like implement in how we transport goods and things like that? Is that possible, or like do you have any insight on that idea?
You have an idea, or the other student have any idea? It's very very good point, yeah, from Nisi, yeah, Nisi from Philippines, yeah. The same university, you are? Probably? Yeah. No, wait, from Nisi. Nisi have a good idea, and now Norvin, yeah, will respond or will respond also, yeah. The idea from Nisi, yeah.
Okay. um, I think yes, we could definitely apply or get inspired by nature-based design because um, nature has a way of really guaranteeing efficiency. For example, yung mga beehives. Oh, sorry. For example, in beehives, beehives use hexagonal structures so that they can be efficient in the space they use. So it's the same for, we can be inspired by that and use that kind of layout in an application as well. But we must also include that we can't really do a one-to-one proportional application within our spaces because we have to include our own lifestyles, our own what you call this, yeah, behaviors as well. Um, because for example, in migration patterns and in where the wind blows in the Sahara Desert, it's influenced by different natural behaviors. Yeah, those are examples, but like I mean, when you really think about it, it's parang when we apply it in our context, it's definitely like different. But I think the slime mold experiment is definitely something that we could definitely be inspired by. Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Thank you, Norvin, yeah.
Okay, I think we will also give the occasion to the online participant. Yeah, there's one question. Actually, there are two questions in the chats. The first one is already answered because it's related to the first question. And yeah, I will give the occasion to La Ode, who raises his or her hand. So please open your mic. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, after the later on, after two questions from on site, then one question from online.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, please. Laude.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello,
We
do
hear
you
you
hear me?
clearly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, this is actually a very interesting topic as I actually study about value chain as well for my bachelor study, thesis. And I hope I can get a chance as well to get a scholarship to study for my master degree where I want to do research in the same topic as well. But here's actually like some little information from me. I live and raised in a rural area. We call it Muna Islands. It's located in Southeast Sulawesi, and we have a lot of problems actually in terms of market chain. For your information, the price of Indomie here could reach like 5,000 rupiahs, where in Java actually it only costs like 2,000 to 3,000 rupiahs. It's only for Indomie, let alone other products actually. But the meat cow price here is only like 4 million rupiahs to 15 million rupiahs. But in Java, 15 millions for cow is considered very cheap. We actually have a lot of ideas to transfer some resources here that we think it's cheap and it reached the surplus. However, we do not have like infrastructure to transfer our resources to other areas that experience a deficit resources, such as in Java and other areas. Is there any applications or websites that the farmers or smallholder farmers could connect with each other? And then is there any research about like how much money actually, if the government want to build a well structure of transport to bring logistic from Java to other areas or other areas to Java, something like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Laude. Please, Prof. Kuncoro.
Okay, thank you for the question, but actually I only got some part of the question. I'm trying to respond your question, Mas Laude.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The basic question from your is the problem of connectivity, yeah? Transport or logistic connectivity that is different or that is a gap in Java and in other islands. So there is a problem on how to transport in cheap price from Java to other island. Is that correct, the question?
Yes, sir. It's more like, for example, sir, we have a lot of cows here, but the price here is so cheap. It's only like 4 million
where?
rupiah to
Sulawesi.
15 million.
Yes.
Sulawesi, Muna
Okay,
Islands.
Sulawesi, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
In South
It's only
Sulawesi or in, yes?
yeah, Muna Islands. If you know Wakatobi, it's beside Wakatobi actually. So the price of cow here is so cheap, like 4 million rupiahs to 15 million rupiahs. But in Java, it's considered like 15 millions itself is considered very very cheap.
Yeah.
So it's better to transfer our cow to Java actually, but we do not have a good transport system to transport our cows or other resources that we feel it's surplus here to other areas, and the other way around. Is there any
Yeah,
research
yeah,
about
okay.
like how much money it?
Okay, I will try to respond in my opinion. Yeah, you are talking about the problem of logistic in Sulawesi, yeah, in South Sulawesi or in another part of Sulawesi compared to Java island condition, right, Mas Laude? Yeah, in Java, the infrastructure of transportation, the infrastructure of logistics are already developed well. Okay, but in Sulawesi, yeah, there's still a lack developed. Yeah, less developed than transport and logistic infrastructure than Java Island. Yeah, that is the problem. And now we have still this problem. So we already discussed in one part of my presentation. We introduce national logistic system, yeah, SISLOCNAS. Okay, this system is aimed to cope with such problem, to solve the problem of connectivity between or among area in Indonesia from Java to other island. Yeah, because almost infrastructure in Java already supported by well-developed infrastructure. So the logistic process in Java Island is more competitive than in outside of Java Island. And then the problem is when we connected the logistic connection or the good flow from Java to other island or vice versa, from other island to Java. For example, from Sulawesi to Java. Yeah, this is our remaining problem. From Java to other island, for example, to Sulawesi or other island, yeah, the cost is very competitive, but it is not for the opposite transport route. Yeah, from Sulawesi, from other island to Java, the cost is very high. It is not competitive yet. Yeah, so we need to provide any strategy to solve this kind of problem. For example, we can use like a consolidation, yeah, in any node, yeah, wherever. Access real time can access in the same time, so the information sharing will be kept in proper way. Every actor, everyone can have the same information, so the misconduct in transportation, misconduct in logistic chain can be reduced as much as possible to make sure that the cost is more proper, the availability or other quality of transportation and logistic services will can be maximized. That is
Okay.
point, I think, Mas Laudi. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Prof. Kuncoro, for the explanation. So we will extend for 3 minutes for your to give ma'am behind short questions, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For the last 3-4 minutes, Prof. Kuncoro. Yeah.
I have just a short question related to policy. Okay, I'm from Vietnam. So this area in Vietnam, the local market have been closed due to the customer isn't come the local market anymore. So the seller and supplier have been they struggle having to quit their job or find another job. So whether is there a situation is the same in Indonesia or not for local markets? That is the first question. And then another question is that is there any support from the local government for them, for supplier or for local seller, like to remain the local markets or not, reduce the tax for them or reduce the rental price for them or not? Thank you.
Rahana from Vietnam. Yeah. Which university you are?
It's I'm from Thủy Lợi University. It means Water Resources University in
Okay.
Vietnam.
Good. Okay. Thank you for your coming. Yeah. And thank you for your question. Yeah. Talking about local commodity. Yeah. Local commodity in Vietnam. Yeah. What about in Indonesia? Yeah. Your question is yes, the situation in Indonesia quite the same. Yeah, because now living and now we are in the global issue era. Yeah, so everything can happen. The similar pattern in Vietnam and Indonesia as well, and maybe in other country we are here now. Okay. So this is, yeah, we only can respond as proper as we can. We cannot avoid this situation. Yeah, I think the same situation, right? And so how the local government or maybe also the central government, are they provide any incentive or any support, yeah, for the supplier, for the distributor in the local context? Yeah. Yes, from the local government and for the central government, they give, they provide any support. But you know that government power, government ability is limited, limited in budget, limited in other source. So also they trying to support, yeah, they have limitation. So in this problem, in this point, the government invite any other parties to participate. Yeah. So the scheme for financing usually not only from the government, but the government invite, for example, yeah, from the private sector. So there is a public and partnership scheme. This one strategy for our government, for our central government, and from the local government as well, yeah, to support, yeah, because any limitation, but they have a willingness, yeah, to help the parties in the agri-food supply chain. Yeah. What about in Vietnam?
In local like market, we have a support.
Yeah.
Also, the local government reduce the tax for seller, supplier, and also like reduce the rental price for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to remain the local market.
Okay.
Because it's not,
Yeah.
but we like government
Yeah.
don't support them.
Right,
Like
right.
the local market will be exist.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Not like it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's anymore.
Yeah, I think we need to maintain, right? We need to maintain. Yeah, we have to, yeah, we have to receive, yeah, the global pattern, but we also keep, yeah, the local content, the local product. Yeah. So, yeah, uh, between the local product and the global product should be, yeah, combined as well as we can. Yeah. We cannot reduce, we cannot make zero for global product. Yeah, we cannot. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
We can.
Thank you very much for the discussion, but unfortunately we are run out of time. So
After this.
yes, for anyone who still have questions, I think especially for the on-site participant, we can discuss directly. I think you open for that, Prof. Kuncoro? Sure, yeah. And also for the online participant, if you still have questions, you can also send your email to Prof. Kuncoro. Later on, we will provide his email address. So thank you very much for the very intriguing discussion and active interaction between us. But yeah, due to the time restriction, we have to end our session today for the second session, and I will give back the time to the MC. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, such interesting topic in the session. And thank you so much, Professor Kuncoro Harto Widodo, for being insightful lecturer about integrating nature-based solution into agro-food supply chains from farm practices into industrial operation. We would like to give the appreciation certificate that will be given by our moderator. Dibuka, jangan lupa. Dibuka sana. Dibuka. Oh, dibuka. Mikey, we give applause for the speakers. And also, I would like to thank Dr. Kurotul Ayun, who led the discussion before, and the certificate of appreciation will be given by the chairman of the short course program, Dr. Rizky Maftuka. May we give a round of applause for the moderator today? With the session of appreciation certificate already implemented, then the second material of the short course has ended. For operator, you might stop the